Right, guys. Well, today, unfortunately, I wasn't planning on doing this video for a long time, but a very sad day for all wrestling fans today. Whether you liked him, whether you hated him, he's had some controversial times over the last 10 years. He's had some amazing times and a great career over the last 40 years. Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea, wrestling icon, actor. Um, so many great achievements, reality TV show star. What a great career spanning over decades from the 1970s right up. He was even a bass guitarist for a rock and roll band back in the late 60s, early 70s. What a great career he's had. From his moments in wrestling, I was introduced to wrestling around 1990 or so when I was about 3, and he was the second wrestling figure that I got. I remember getting him, and I got him and Sergeant Slaughter together after getting Macho Man Randy Savage and Andre the Giant were my first two I got. But like Hulk Hogan is such a great cultural icon, pop culture icon. He was just he transcended wrestling. He was the one that brought it to the mainstream, to pop culture, whereas before it was all small niche, to people. It was a niche for wrestling fans only, whereas Hulk Hogan helped bring it to the mainstream and make it global, if you like. So amazing stuff. As you can see behind me there, a lot of his memorabilia and a lot of great wrestling memorabilia, but a lot of his videos, his figures, I've got a lot of his paraphernalia as well, like bandanas and t-shirts and stuff. He really captured me. He made me feel good at times when I needed that in my life. Hulk Hogan I know it's just a character, but the guy Terry Bollea as well, he went to bat for a lot of the people in wrestling that maybe didn't get enough money and stuff for main events or whatever. He brought their money up a lot because he went to the promoters and said, for example, Kamala. I heard a story that he helped Kamala get more money at a stage when he had when he main evented with Kamala in 1986. So there, he was very good like that. He was doing make a wishes with children in the children's hospitals and dying children. Got to meet Hulk Hogan, and he done them all the time back in the 80s. There wasn't much word about it back then, but then John Cena done it all the time. And it was, of course, the internet and everything. It was well known, but Hogan done so much. He was hated by a lot of people over the last 10 years or so because of his comments that he made and behind closed doors when nobody should ever been filming him. Okay, he done wrong at that time, but I think history will tell us that he was a good enough guy, and that with all people that die, unfortunately, the good things come out more when they die. But Hogan, I think, was a total icon, somebody that really is the number one name in wrestling that people recognize, I think. And good to see all the good positive things coming today from as far as people are, or that people giving their opinions and stuff. So I was hoping that would be the way when he eventually did die. He's 71. He had a lot of the steroid use when he was younger contributed to the heart issues. I believe he had a heart surgery in June. There was a lot of mixed rumors. I think they were trying to save face as far as he was, of course, known as the immortal Hulk Hogan, and they didn't want to make it sound like he was in a vulnerable position. So they decided to wrestling as a make-believe kind of obviously there's a lot of gray areas with wrestling. They let the reality and fiction cross paths a lot in wrestling, and blurred lines, if you like. And that's just the way the wrestling business is, wrestling world is. So I suppose Hogan's people maybe didn't want to think that the Hulkamania was vulnerable, the Hulkster, the immortal Hulk Hogan. So I do think it's a very sad time for people that were big. I was a Hulkamania. I was probably I'd say, biggest Hulkamaniac around as far as Irish people, I would imagine. Well, there's probably other Hulkamaniacs out there, but I think that you go a long way to be as big a Hulkamaniac as me over the years, and I've been criticized for it over the last 10 years or so because of the controversies around Hulk Hogan. But like, you can't help but like him. I remember I went to Wembley Stadium a couple of years ago for a big show in Wembley for AEW show, and a few people behind me started saying about Hulk Hogan's alleged racism a while before that, and I was like, nothing to do with me. I just enjoyed him and can't help that. And the character was very colourful. Loved the music they used for him and everything. So it's hard to beat. Hulkamania was great. Hulkamania will live forever, and God bless Hulkamania. And there'll never be another Hulk Hogan. He was a great, great star, and he really got everyone going. So, R.I.P. Hulkamania, R.I.P. Hulk Hogan, and what you gonna do? Bye for now.